Hey
Hey,
Sasha. Hey, how are you?
yeah, all good. Thanks for having me.
Amazing. So, hey everyone. Today we are going to be presenting a webinar along with Mobula. We have Sasha over here with us. He's the founder of Mobula Labs. And today we'll be talking about the purpose of indexers, on-chain analytics, and how developers can use them. And Sasha, you could just start by introducing yourself and introducing Mobula, and I'll give the stage to you.
Yep, sure. To introduce myself quickly, I'm the founder at Mobula. I've been like an engineer since started writing my first line of code at 6. Got into crypto very early, and Mobula is like now 3 years old. It's like a chain abstracted data infra company, trying to aggregate as many chains as possible to make it easy for developers to work on new applications.
Could you also highlight why there's a need for us to have such softwares that you're building, and what problems do developers usually face, which Mobula is solving?
Yep, sure. So I think the root cause is blockchain nodes are really designed to write to the blockchain, but like they are not very sophisticated when it comes to reading. And that's where Mobula comes into place, because of course all applications need both reading and writing, whether it's a Web 2 or Web 3 application. So for example, you will send some tokens to someone. You will also want to show to the user that, okay, this transaction has been received, or this is the pending balance in USD. And all these metrics, all the data is not easily accessible via a standard blockchain node. So basically what Mobula does is we listen to what blockchain nodes produce, and we reorganize and map the data to make it much easier for end users and developers to understand what's going on.
Right, amazing. Yeah, I've actually been a blockchain developer myself, so I can confirm this that there are some problems in terms of reading from the blockchain. You need some bandwidth to do that, and it's amazing what you guys are doing. So you can start off in detail about what Mobula does, and our users have joined. They're gonna be asking questions in the end. I myself would have some questions. You can just get straight to it.
Okay, super cool. So to give a broad picture of like what Mobula does, so the core mission is really to simplify access to data infra. Like we want to solve data infra fragmentation, basically. The current experience in the multi-chain world is you want to add a new blockchain to your application. Maybe you're like one of your 5 existing data providers doesn't have this given chain, so you need to chase him to maybe like pray for him to add it, or you need to switch providers. The vision we have with Mobula is to like build a full stack data infra. That means like both real-time APIs, market data, wallet data, analytics, very complete product, so that any blockchain can be added on demand, basically. So you're building a product, you want to be the first on this new chain, you can self-serve direct access to any new blockchain. So that's both a win for developers and users, and also for the chain ecosystems as well, because there is a lot of gatekeeping into like getting a new chain added on tools, and that's also something we are trying to solve with self-serve.
Amazing. So could you highlight some partnerships, like what kind of chains you're working with, and how did you start with Vanar? And I'm sure our users would love to know that.
Yeah, sure. So I think more than 500 products are using Mobula in production right now. Like the most well-known brands are Chainlink, which is using us for market data feeds. We also have a product that has been launched recently called Universal X, which is like an amazing like next-gen GMGN built by Particle Network that is also leveraging chain abstraction that's also fully running on Mobula. So yep, I guess this is like these are two flagship products built on Mobula, but like hundreds of projects are using our infra. And regarding our story with Vanar, I think we got in discussing with the team around testnet stage because some wallets applications didn't actually have some of their providers supporting Vanar, so they were looking for a data API solution, and that's I think when we jumped in and we started providing data infra and indexing for Vanar.
Amazing. So for now, let's engage the audience a bit. And from the information that you have provided so far, would you like to ask them a question? So, like, let's just do a quiz, and let's see if people are really awake at the moment.
Okay, well, that's a bit tricky. Yeah, maybe I think I gave a number on like how many applications are running on Mobula, like an approximate number. Like maybe just restituting this number.
Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, can you guess how many applications are running on Mobula at the moment? Okay, I think no one knows the answer to that. Could you maybe?
It was
Okay. Okay,
So
someone says to it.
yeah, so I think I mentioned like more like 500, but I mean that's already that's not too far. Like that's in the right order of magnitude, I'd say.
Okay, maybe another question, a simpler question for our audience, because we have a variety of audience. Some are developers, some are just looking into blockchain, especially in Asia region, people have started to look into blockchain. So a lot of people are getting on and kind of experiencing this technology for the first time as well. So maybe a simpler question for them as well.
Yes. It's not easy to find simple questions on like data infra backend stuff, but yeah, maybe like what's the name of the product you use to visualize transactions? Like when you do a transaction, usually from your wallet you have a link to a website, and like what's the name of this kind of product?
I know the answer to that, but yeah, I'm gonna leave others to answer that.
Let's go. Exactly.
There we go. Yeah, that's very nice. Good answer. Correct answer. Perfect. Okay, so moving on. Is there kind of like a demo that you can show people as to how Mobula works and how people can use it? Maybe you can present it over here and show them.
Yeah, so I think the best is to share our docs maybe. I will share screen on our documentation. So it's a backend product, so it's not super easy to have a live demo, but yeah, for example, here we have our REST API where you can come and get market data, and I can ask, hey, I want to get price of Bitcoin, and I get all the different change Bitcoin is running on, the price, rank, and all this market data. I also have streams, so and webhooks. For example, I want to get notified whenever a given wallet gets transactions or something like that. I can open a webhook stream or WebSocket. I can also query like blockchain pairs on a given chain, and that allows to build experiences similar to GMGN, where I don't know if you know these products, but you can basically filter by age, liquidity, all the new pools. That's kind of the vision of our market data product, being able to rebuild GMGN, at least on the backend side, with like real-time updates every second, stuff like that. Oh, Kaito just launched. Okay, yep. I guess that's it for the little demo. It's not super easy to showcase a demo of the product because it's so much of a backend thing, you know. But yep, hope that helps.
Yeah, no worries. It's understandable. But using such softwares, like obviously, it's a bit difficult for some people to understand. But if you could explain a bit more, in layman terms, for the newbies, the crypto newbies, and the blockchain newbies, as to how this software can benefit them. Especially, I've seen that people who've usually earned a lot of profits from crypto trading, they do understand the trading part, but then they kind of want to build a dApp or like build something like a software on chain so that they can be a part of this community. So for founders and for people who are trying to build stuff like decentralized exchanges, how can they utilize your platform?
Yep, sure. Well, I think the best way to, so for end users, maybe you're already using Mobula without knowing actually, because that's maybe one of the products you use every day. But for developers, the best way to get started is to get through our documentation. We have a lot of guides on how to build a wallet tracker, how to build a deck screener. We even have some open source front ends to showcase all this. So I guess that would be the best way to move forward.
Perfect. All right. Now let's see if anyone has any questions for us. Sasha, are you done, or do you have anything else to tell us about Mobula?
No, I think we've got a pretty good summary so far. Excited if anyone has questions.
Okay, sure. Okay, guys, you can go ahead and ask anything that you want, whether you're a developer. Okay, can I use Mobula just like Graph Protocol?
Yep, absolutely. So we have a drop-in replacement for the Graph, because as you might know, like the Graph is also one of these gatekeeped projects that is, I think, charging like 300k a year, something like that, to blockchains to support them. And so, to kind of go against that, we enable like any chain to be covered on our Graph network in a self-serve manner, and that's a drop-in replacement for the Graph.
Perfect. And yeah, Graph is like expensive, so if you've solved that problem, that's amazing. Can you explain how your data indexing works?
So I think we have like our listening module, which is directly listening to blockchain nodes. From there, we have a queue system that sends the raw blocks to extractors. So we have, for example, the swap extractor, which is going to take a block and output all the swaps that happened in this block in a unified data model. So whether it's a Solana block, a SUI block, an EVM block, we are going to get the same data model for trades at the end of the day. That's the goal. And also we have, for example, the transfer extractor, which is going to do the same process for transfers. So and then we write all this into a database, and we have REST APIs to communicate with the users that are consuming this database.
All right. Okay. What security measures are in place for the data you provide?
So it's public data, as it's like everything that happens on the blockchain is public. So there is no particular measure in place, as there is no particular security risk, as it's just like transformations on public data. There is no user sensitive data or anything like that. So yep, I guess that's not really in the scope of what we do.
Amazing. Okay, does anyone else have any questions? I do have another question, which people usually ask me because we live in a world where AI is getting more popular every day, and so students who are in AI and data analytics field and data science field, they ask me uh, how they can link to Web3, and analytics is a very important part because there's a lot of on-chain data. The transactions are coming in onto every chain, so maybe you could kind of answer this question as well, and also tell them how they can utilize Mobula, while also giving examples of some other platform that might be working on on-chain analytics to provide insights and maybe predict something. Could you highlight that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think on our end, what we have is we have we have an open API spec, which is something that LLMs have like a very easy time digesting. So I think this is one of our edges for AI. Like an LLM can get started on Mobula quite easily by just digesting this open API spec. And also we've been iterating quite a lot by like providing this open API spec to LLMs and let them try to use the API and see what usage they add, and often they would make mistake, and we will just tweak the API model to make it more intuitive for LLMs. So I think that's mostly what made us very successful for AI. For example, the Uniswap Labs VP is actually using Mobula to build AI agents. So I think our API is very useful for
That's
AI.
amazing. Amazing. Okay. What else? I think you're not really describing such good examples, like you just mentioned that Uniswap Labs is utilizing this software. So what are some other big brands that are associated with Mobula?
Yep, so as I mentioned, we have Chainlink, Supra. We also had Stripe signing up. I'm not sure they are using us in production, but that's something that we've seen. We have Particle Network, as I mentioned, and yep, I guess that's pretty much it.
I think I missed the question over there. There was a question over here. Can Mobula support customized dashboards for unique project needs or metrics?
Yes, actually, that's something we are working on, like kind of an open source Dune alternative. That's not something that we have live yet, but hoping for a release by the end of Q1. So, yep.
Okay, perfect. So, being a developer, okay, the data fetching from blockchain is always very slow. Yeah, it is.
Yep, that's one of the things we try to optimize for. But yeah, if you try to retrieve data from a blockchain node, it's usually quite slow.
Yeah, but obviously people are working to optimize this, and slowly things are getting better. That is why we have platforms like Mobula. They help. And okay, so guys, do you have any other questions? If not, we are going to wrap this up. Yeah, that's a tricky question. I'll let you answer it.
Yeah, I mean, so current stage Mobula is totally centralized because the pain we are solving is not decentralization. It's like like the gatekeeping of existing ecosystem players, and you can be partially decentralized and still gatekeep it. For example, the graph is decentralized, but like the process of adding a new chain is totally centralized and gatekeeped at the moment. And so what we try to do is remove the gatekeeping to add new blockchain ecosystems, even if like our current infra is absolutely centralized, because that's the pain we identified in the market, and that's our go-to market. And whenever we reach like a critical size and our centralization can maybe be a pain for the industry, like maybe that's the moment we will start thinking of ways to decentralize and distribute the network. But for now, that's not really our top priority.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll add a bit to that when I started learning Web3, I realized that Web3 cannot be entirely decentralized. It's just a mixture. Like you could make it into an equation where it says Web3 equals Web2 plus decentralization. So obviously, we need to have a mixture of both these things in order to provide the most efficient and the most optimized solution. So yeah, slowly things are getting better, and that was an amazing answer. So does anyone have any other questions? Okay, I guess not. So, okay, perfect, Sasha. Thank you so much for this session. Mobula to the moon. Yeah, we are rooting for.
Vanar to the moon. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're just hoping for everything to get better along with the market itself. You know, the market's pretty shaky at the moment. But yeah, obviously Web3 is here to stay, and yeah, people are excited. They really loved your session, I guess. So amazing, Sasha. Thank you so much for being here for the community and for educating all of us how we can use Mobula, how we can use indexing and on-chain analytics. So thank you so much, and we'll stay in touch.
Thanks for having me. Bye bye.
Thanks. Okay, guys. Bye.